Today, a sacred conversation is opening between you and heaven. You didn't arrive here by chance, and you're not listening to this message as part of a daily routine. What you are about to hear is an urgent word sent directly from my eternal heart to yours. Because something is happening in the invisible world that you haven't been able to see, yet it has been affecting your financial life more than you realize. This is a delicate moment because your thoughts, your attitudes, and your decisions are either activating or blocking things in the spiritual realm. And I want to speak to you with love, but also with firmness, because I don't want you to miss what rightfully belongs to you by divine promise. There are blessings already prepared to manifest, financial miracles that I have set in motion. But there is one detail, one silent error, a subtle behavior you may be repeating without realizing it that is pushing away the provision you've been praying for. Listen closely and don't attempt to close this video, because doing so might disconnect you just before you receive the key that could change everything. Today I will open your eyes to something rarely preached, an uncomfortable but necessary truth. Prayer is not enough. Belief is not enough. Not if there is an internal attitude that continues to sabotage your harvest. I am near, very near, and I have seen your prayers, your tears, your efforts, your offerings, your sleepless nights trying to solve your finances. But I have also noticed a recurring pattern, something small that is stealing something great. And if I don't speak clearly to you today, you will remain caught in a cycle of frustration and delay. So with the voice of a father, a guide, and a faithful provider, I tell you, stay until the end, because this message is not just another message. It is a divine intervention that can break the invisible barrier that has kept you stuck. Listen carefully, because you are about to uncover the error that, if left uncorrected, will continue to block the answer I already sent. Do not close this video for any reason. Every word that follows hath been written in heaven with you in mind. You have been waiting for provision, crying out for financial breakthrough, asking me why it seems others prosper while you continue facing one need after another. And today I reveal a hidden root that has been concealing your harvest. It hasn't been your lack of faith, or your lack of work, or even your lack of prayer. It's been something more subtle, deeper, quieter but devastating. Your heart hath been harboring ingratitude, murmuring, distrust, or even self-reliance. Haven't you noticed? Every time you speak as if I'm not working, every time you complain instead of praising, every time you doubt my provision, and believe you must handle it all alone, you are closing doors that were already open. You have ignored the clearest signal heaven could give you: your tongue, your thoughts, your attitude. And I love you so much that I cannot remain silent while you unknowingly sabotage your own financial miracle. Beloved son, my daughter, when you give thanks for the little, you make room for the much. But when you murmur about what you lack, you cancel the delivery of what rightfully belongs to you. There is a spiritual language that opens the heavens, and another that closes it. Ingratitude is a loud alarm in the spiritual realm that screams, "I'm not ready for more." Murmuring is like a fog that obscures the path I have laid out for you. And self-reliance, how many blessings have been lost because you believed you could do it alone, that you didn't need direction, that you already knew how to move forward. I am your source, not your connections. I am your provider, not your own strength. I own the gold and silver, not your resume. And as long as you keep trusting more in your logic than in my word, you will continue walking in circles. Today, I want to open your eyes. I am showing you the reason for the silence, the reason for the delays, the reason for the failed attempts. It's not that I don't want to bless you, it's that I cannot give something eternal to a heart that still acts as if everything depends solely on human effort. This message does not come to condemn you, it comes to set you free. Because from the moment you recognize this error, from the instant your spirit rejects it, the atmosphere around you will begin to change. And get ready, because I have seen your sincerity as you listen. I have felt your spirit breaking even now. If this word is confronting something deep inside of you, then that means this message is exactly for you. Now listen carefully. If you are receiving this revelation, I invite you, as an act of faith, to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Do it as a visible act of spiritual humility, a signal to heaven that you acknowledge this word as truth and that you are ready to walk in obedience. Because in doing so, you seal this word and open a portal of restoration over your financial life. Stay until the end, because I will show you how favor is activated when you decide to change your spiritual language and fully surrender to my guidance. I have been watching you, yes. You on those days when you thought no one noticed your effort, during those nights when your tears soaked the pillow and you didn't even have the words to pray. I was there. I never looked away from you, not even for a moment. I did not leave you alone. Even when you felt the silence, every step you took, every decision made in exhaustion, every time you gave when you had little, every time you helped without being asked, every moment you chose not to give up when everything and you cried to let go, I saw it all. I wrote those moments in the book of your story, because they are seeds unseen by others but honored in heaven. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, you have never gone unnoticed by me. Even when people didn't value you, even when some walked away when you needed them most, even when your efforts were overlooked and your sacrifices forgotten by others, I saw you. I was with you when you hid your sadness behind a smile, when you kept working despite your fatigue, when you sowed in faith without seeing fruit. And that is precisely why I am speaking to you now, because I am about to reward everything you did in secret. Do not ignore this message. Do not try to close this video, because what I'm about to reveal may mark the difference between a life of frustration and a season of glory. I want you to understand that I never measure as men do. They value results, but I observe the heart. They see appearances, but I see intentions. And what I've seen in you has touched my heart. You weren't your strength, it was your faithfulness. It wasn't your achievements, it was your perseverance. It wasn't your shouts, it was your silent sighs. I am bringing remembrance before the throne of what you did when no one else knew, and that remembrance has moved my hand. I am the God who rewards what's done in secret in public. I am the owner of gold and silver, and my word does not return void. If you sowed tears, you will reap joy. If you sowed in scarcity, you will reap in abundance. But now, there's something I want you to do, something prophetic, something that will further activate what I'm about to release over your finances. I want you to write in the comments this phrase with all your faith: God, you saw me when no one else did, and I trust that you will reward my obedience. Write that phrase as an act of surrender, a public testimony that you believe my eyes have not closed, that my memory has not faded. Do it with conviction, as someone leaving a record of their faith so that heaven may act, because an atmosphere of release is being activated as you obey. My beloved daughter, my precious son, it has not been in vain. The tears no one dried, I counted them. The moments when help didn't arrive, I noted them. And now comes the time when I will make visible what was once invisible. Prepare yourself, because this message did not reach your screen by chance. I am redirecting your story toward a financial miracle that bears your name. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to show you next will reveal how to turn your pain into a platform for provision. My beloved child, listen closely to this word that flows from my eternal love for you. Your miracle is not far off. It's closer than you think. You have prayed for it, cried for it, even fasted in hopes of seeing it come to pass. And I want you to know, yes, I have already ordered it from heaven. There is movement in your favor, but there is something you urgently need to understand, because you still have time to correct it. Your attitude may be delaying the manifestation. What lives in your heart, what you allow to dwell in your mind, your reactions in trials, your words when no one is listening, all of that carries weight. Don't close this video, because this is a spiritual alert that could save you from another delay. Have you ever wondered why everything seems to stop just when you're about to receive? Because deep inside, without realizing it, you've allowed complaint, doubt, judgment, comparison, and resentment to take root. And even if you don't see it, that not only clouds your faith, it contaminates the ground where I long to plant your blessing. I cannot water what is planted in pride, bitterness, or distrust. I am a God of order, and everything I give must be received by a heart prepared to sustain it. My glory is not poured out on soil that rejects my instruction. Did you know the people of Israel wandered in the desert for years? Not because I didn't want to lead them to the promised land, but because their attitude kept pushing them away from fulfillment. I had already prepared everything for them, but their murmuring, their longing for Egypt, their disobedience cost them years. And I don't want the same to happen to you. I want to give you your blessing at the right time, and that time can be today if your heart truly surrenders. If you let me heal your inner self, shape your character, and teach you to trust even when you don't understand. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. I only need a willing heart, one that says, Father, change me if that brings your promise closer. Because when you choose to align your attitude with my will, heaven opens. It's not your effort that moves my hand, it's your surrender. It's not your eloquent words, it's your humility. It's not your religiosity, it's your genuine faith. Beloved son, beloved daughter, there is still time. If you've noticed that your attitude has been harsh, if you recognize that you've spoken with doubt, acted with self-reliance, or murmured in secret, then today is the day to give me that burden. Do it now, right where you are. Tell me in your own words that you desire change, that you long to align with me, that you permit me to work on your character as a preparation for your financial miracle. Because I am the God who not only blesses but transforms. And when I transform your inner being, I prepare the way for you to receive without losing. I care more about your growth than your comfort. Because if you grow, the miracle I give you will not become a burden, but a testimony. If you mature, you'll manage abundance without pride and become a channel of blessing, not just a reservoir. Listen, what I have for you is not small, not temporary, it's a blessing that will impact generations. But first, I need this message to go beyond your mind, into your spirit, to convince you not through fear, but through love. I am the one who opens doors no one can close. I am the one who lifts the fallen, the one who multiplies what seems stagnant. And today, out of love for you, I reveal this truth not to condemn you, but to invite you to correct your course. Because a transformed attitude can accelerate the fulfillment of everything I have promised. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal next will be the key step to unlock what has been held back. And remember, my beloved, it is never too late to align with my purpose. It is never too late to turn your heart back to me and sincerely say, Lord, prepare me to receive what you've already prepared for me. Listen closely, beloved son, beloved daughter, because what you are receiving right now is not just a simple teaching, it is a direct impartation of heavenly wisdom. Today I am releasing over you a new portion of understanding, a vision that will break repetitive cycles that have drained your strength, your resources, and your faith. I am here to give you spiritual tools so you do not repeat what has kept you from your financial miracle. It's not a coincidence that you're hearing this. I made sure you arrived here because I am positioning you for irreversible change. You've asked for answers. In silence you've said, Lord, why do I keep falling into the same patterns? Why does everything seem to restart even when I pray and believe? And I, who hear even the thoughts you don't speak out loud, have come to answer you. You've been caught in cycles not because you lack faith, but because you haven't yet activated the wisdom needed to sustain what you're waiting for. Faith gives you access, but wisdom gives you permanence. I am the God who opens doors, but I am also the one who teaches you how to walk the corridors that lead to fulfillment. That is what I'm doing with you today, showing you the way so you never go back again. Don't close this video, because every word you are receiving now is being written into your spirit. I have been watching you. Every time you're close to reaching something, an impulsive reaction, an unfiltered emotion, or a fear-based decision sabotages what I was about to release. That pattern doesn't come from me. That repetition is a signal that you need wisdom from above. And today, as your Father, I release it over you. Listen well, the first thing you must do is learn to discern the signs. When something repeats in your life, do not ignore it. Pause and ask. I am always speaking, but if you chase the result without seeking the process, you risk walking without direction. Learn to ask me before you move, not after, because I give direction before you enter the storm. The second thing you must do is guard your words. The cycle begins in your mouth. What you repeat becomes atmosphere. If you constantly speak from lack, from I can't, from comparison or complaint, you are sowing into the same soil that has already produced frustration. Today I give you authority to cancel those seeds with a new confession. Declare with me in the comments as an act of alignment with my will, Lord, today I break every cycle of lack with your divine wisdom. Write it, don't just think it. That written declaration will act as a prophetic seal, because when you write from faith, you activate a new spiritual atmosphere. I also say this to you with love. Do not rely any longer on your own understanding. Many stumble because they think they know, but they never ask me. They believe they already understand, but they don't take time to listen. I want to take you further, but I need you to trust in my counsel more than your experience. Your history may teach you, but my voice will guide you. And lastly, I give you this instruction. Do not reconnect with what you've already conquered. There are environments, people, words, and even thoughts that you must leave behind. If I've already shown you that something pulls you away from my purpose, don't go back, not out of pity, not out of fear, not out of habit. Today I call you to move forward with firmness. Every time you choose to follow my voice over your emotions, the cycle breaks. Every time you obey, even when you don't understand everything, heaven opens just a little more. My beloved, what I've prepared for you requires a renewed mind, and that's what I'm activating right now. This will not be just another season. You will not go in circles again. Today, you are stepping out of the loop, and walking in a straight line toward your fulfillment. Today, you're receiving wisdom not taught on earth but reserved for you in heaven. Don't close this video yet because the best has not been spoken. In the next few moments, you will receive a specific word that will confirm something you've already been sensing. And when you hear it, you'll know it is I, your God, speaking directly to your heart. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, if you are listening to these words, it's because you not only hunger for answers but also have the courage to receive a revelation that not everyone is ready to understand. Because what I'm about to tell you won't just change your finances, it can change your entire life, your lineage, and everything you will touch from this day forward. Stay until the end, because if you do, I will give you a key that not only opens material doors but also unlocks spiritual gates you've been knocking on for years. Today, I want you to deeply understand how true wealth works in my kingdom, not as some preach it, nor as the world systems interpret it, but as I designed it from eternity. For I am the owner of everything, the gold, the silver, the visible and invisible sources. And I assure you that once you understand my way of operating, you will never again walk in mental, spiritual, or financial lack. Listen, wealth in my kingdom is not measured by how much you possess, but by your ability to align with my purpose and obey my principles. Just as a river doesn't struggle to flow because it was designed to do so, you too, if you walk in my design, will be a constant channel of provision. Wealth is not a destination, it is an atmosphere. And that atmosphere is activated through right thinking, obedience, and a surrendered heart. That is why I say do not close this video, because what you are about to hear will spare you years of repeated cycles and unnecessary losses. My child, many ask for wealth, but they have not understood the simplest and deepest principle. Wealth does not seek you until you stop chasing it in desperation and start walking in purpose. Because in the kingdom, provision is tied to mission. Where your calling is, your resources are also. Where your obedience lives, your abundance will flow. It is like the tree I planted by the river. It does not seek rain because its roots are already touching the source. That is how I want you to live, in direct connection with the eternal source. And I am the source. Now, I want you to comment this phrase in faith. I am already planted beside the eternal source. Declare this, because it means your roots will no longer depend on the storms of the world, but on the unending flow of my provision. Listen closely, your problem has not been a lack of opportunities, but a lack of understanding of how my heavenly economy operates. That's why some who receive much lose it quickly. They have open hands but closed hearts. Others don't receive, not because I don't want to give, but because their attitude, pride, or impatience blocks the manifestation. Today I say this with love. Change your internal structure if you want your external reality to be transformed. Before I fill you, I need to expand you. Before I give you more, I must ensure that what I give won't steal your soul or destroy your peace. This can only happen when you allow me to shape your character as a goldsmith shapes gold in the fire. Just as a potter won't pour new wine into old wineskins, I will not pour abundance into fragile structures. Wealth, my son, my daughter, is not a coin, it is a mission. It's not a destination, it's a tool. And if you allow me to teach you how to use it, not only will your life change, but you will bless generations. But there's still something more, one final truth I haven't revealed, something that connects everything you've heard so far. It's a spiritual principle that, once understood, will help you avoid repeating cycles of ruin, loss, and financial anguish. But I can't give it to you until you understand this. You are not here by coincidence. I brought you here. My Spirit drew you. And if you've stayed with me until this moment, it's because I have something reserved just for you, a final instruction that will activate what many have been praying for over years without seeing results. That's why I urge you to stay until the end. There is still one word that will seal this message with glory. Don't turn away now. You're about to understand why what didn't work before will begin to flow after this revelation. Just remain a little longer, and you will see how the wisdom that comes from heaven will be deposited in you like an eternal seed that will bear fruit in every area of your life. Beloved son, beloved daughter, listen carefully to this word that comes directly from my heavenly heart to you, because today is a sacred day of transition in your life. I, the God who holds the gold and silver, the owner of heaven and earth, speak to you now to say that I am in the process of closing doors that have kept you bound to your past, doors that led to confusion, error, and setbacks. These doors, my child, are decisions, attitudes, or habits that have been repeated again and again. They are murmurs that wounded your spirit, doubts that chilled your faith, and self-reliance that tried to control what only I can manage. But today I declare that these doors are being closed not as punishment, but because I love you too much to let you keep losing blessings through those wrong paths. It is a time for healing, restoration, and redemption in every part of your life, especially in your provision and prosperity. And as I close those doors, I am opening new ones, doors that represent divine favor, the grace that transforms your financial and spiritual reality. These are not random openings, they are heavenly portals designed to release over you abundance, protection, and clear direction. They are doors of unexpected opportunity, doors where your efforts will be multiplied and your prayers answered with visible signs. But don't think this will happen without your active participation. For these new doors to remain open, you must walk in obedience, humility, and trust. Remember, my son, that divine favor is not luck or coincidence. It is the result of a heart aligned with me, a renewed mind, and a spirit willing to leave behind the chains of the past. I know you have carried heavy burdens, felt doors close again and again without explanation, and at times believed hope was a distant illusion. But I want you to know that at this sacred moment, I am setting you free, and that freedom first manifests in your mind, then in your surroundings. Feel the keys of forgiveness and grace turning in the locks, and prepare to open new doors, doors you never imagined existed. These doors will lead you to divine encounters, released resources, elevated purpose, and above all, a supernatural peace that will calm all your financial anxieties. Do not ignore this word, for the closing of doors of error is not a punishment, it is an invitation to a new beginning. Redemption is touching your life right now, and with it, the promise of financial blessings long awaited. But listen carefully, beloved son, beloved daughter. It is not enough to hear, you must act in faith. Write this declaration in the comments right now. I close the doors of error and walk in the favor of God. Let your words be a covenant with heaven, a testimony of your decision to move forward into the abundance I have prepared for you. Understand that the favor I am about to pour into your life will be so tangible that you will have no doubt it is my hand at work. You will witness unexpected changes in your finances. You will see resources appear when you least expect them. You will feel a freedom you never thought possible. But know this opening is not magical nor instant. It is the result of your surrender, of letting go of everything that pulled you from my will, and of walking boldly into the new season that awaits you. So do not close this video now. Stay until the end, because the revelation that follows is the key to fully activating these doors of favor I am opening before you. Remember, I am a just God, but also full of mercy. I do not judge you for your falls. I extend my hand to lift you, to cover you with my forgiveness, and to free you from every bondage that has blocked you from receiving what you deserve. That is why, today, in this very moment, I am sealing your past with my forgiveness and opening your future with my unshakable favor. Favor is not just a gift, it is a promise backed by my infinite power. And if your heart is ready to receive it, I assure you that nothing and no one will be able to stop the flow of blessings coming your way. But I must warn you, beloved, to keep these doors open, you must guard your attitude. Humility, gratitude, and faith will be the keys that keep your access unlocked. If doubt, murmuring, or self-reliance return, those doors will close as quickly as they opened. So remain firm, stay focused, and if you ever feel weak, return to this word, return to this channel, because here you will always find guidance and renewal for your spirit. And if this word has touched your heart, do not forget to share it, because there are others who also need to hear that God's favor is being poured out, that their doors of error are being closed, and that a new season has begun for them too. Listen, my beloved daughter, my beloved son, to how the word I pour over you today is clear and full of life, because your obedience does not go unnoticed before my infinite eyes. You are entering a time where the visible signs of my favor will begin to manifest powerfully in your life. These will not be mere coincidences or fortunate moments, but tangible confirmations that your faithfulness and surrender have opened the door for the blessing to be poured out without limits. Picture a dry field that has waited for rain for a long time. When the rain finally falls, the land is transformed, becomes fertile, and produces abundant fruit. So it shall be with you, for I am the God who controls the heavens and the earth, the owner of silver and gold, and nothing will be lacking for my children who walk in sincere obedience. You will receive unexpected money. That resource which seemed distant will arrive like a heavenly gift at the perfect moment, canceling burdens and opening new paths for your prosperity. The debts that have weighed on you like a dark shadow will begin to disappear, because I have decreed your financial freedom. Do not allow doubt to steal your hope, nor let discouragement close your eyes to these signs, for they are coming to sustain you and confirm that I am working in your favor. Moreover, resources you weren't even expecting will be released like rushing rivers flooding your lands, bringing abundance and opportunity. My beloved son, my precious daughter, I want you to remember that the manifestation of the miracle is the direct result of your faithfulness, and that each tangible evidence is a message from me so that you continue trusting without fear. Now, in this moment, I invite you to write in the comments this phrase that I have placed in your heart: my obedience opens the door to my miracle. By doing so, you declare your faith and join the stream of blessings that is already in motion. Do not close this video yet. Stay until the end, because what is still left to reveal will be the key that completely transforms your journey toward prosperity. My eternal love covers you, and victory is yours because you are aligned with my purpose and my power. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, listen to the voice of your Heavenly Father who speaks to you today with inexhaustible love and a truth that will transform your heart. I know that on your path you have faced difficulties, moments when you felt like you failed, like you were not worthy of my promises. But today I remind you that in my kingdom, value is not measured by perfection, but by faithfulness in the little things. Because when someone is faithful in the small, I entrust them with the great. When you offer your heart, even if small and broken, I fill it with my grace and blessings that surpass every expectation. Do not let the weight of your mistakes steal the hope or peace that I give you. Learn to first forgive yourself, because I have already forgiven you long before you were born. And be thankful for every step you have taken, because even in your falls there was learning and preparation for the miracle that is coming. I am the God who restores, who lifts up the fallen, and who never abandons his children. I extend my hand full of mercy to embrace you and remind you that I am still willing to fulfill my promises, to unleash the riches of heaven in your life. It is not too late for you, because my timing is perfect and my plans are always for your good. Trust in my promise. Those who sow with tears will reap with joy. Today I invite you to declare this powerful phrase in the comments: I am faithful in little, and I receive in much. By declaring this truth, you will open the doors for my blessing to flow into your life without limits. Do not close this video. Stay until the end, because there are still divine secrets I will reveal, and my word will bring light to every corner of your soul. I am the owner of silver and gold, and nothing will be lacking for those who walk with me. My love for you is eternal, and my blessing is upon you right now, my beloved son, my beloved daughter. In this very moment, as your eyes read these words, I say with all the love that flows from my eternal heart, this message was sent on the exact day you needed it, not by chance, nor by coincidence. It is the divine encounter I prepared for you, because I love you more than you can imagine, and every moment of your life is under my perfect care. Today I want you to know that you are at the center of my purpose and that all things are working together for your good, even if you cannot always see it clearly. I am the God who makes all things new, who turns weeping into joy and trials into victory. I want you to take this truth and keep it deep within your soul. You are never alone. I have never abandoned you, and my promise is to bless your life in a supernatural way. Now, as you finish listening to this message, I want you to remember that everything I've said to you is not just for hearing, it's for living, for declaring with faith, and for sharing with those who still need to receive this word of life and hope. Because when you share this message, you are acting in obedience and love, opening the way for more lives to be touched by my power. That's why I invite you now to subscribe to this channel, where every word you hear is a gift from heaven for your spiritual growth and prosperity. Like this video as a sign of your visible faith, and share this message with your loved ones, because together we are a family walking toward the fullness of my blessing. Don't let this moment pass without taking action, because obedience is the key that opens the door to miracles. By doing so, you will be declaring to the world that you trust in me, that you believe in my word, and that you are ready to receive the abundance I have prepared for you. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, walk with courage and hope, because I go before you, preparing paths you cannot yet imagine. Trust in me with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding, for I am your firm rock and your safe refuge. On this day, at this moment, I give you my peace that surpasses all understanding, my joy that renews your strength, and my unconditional love that never fails. Always remember that you are my treasure, my precious masterpiece, and that my blessings are eternal upon you. Let this word be engraved in your heart and be the light that guides every step you take. Go now and live in victory, for I have declared your triumph.